August 14th, 2003. Late afternoon. The kind of day where everything feels normal. Cars moving, air conditioners humming, screens glowing everywhere. A system so stable, no one even thinks about it. Then suddenly, everything shuts off. Not gradually, not one building at a time. All at once. Lights disappear, engines go silent, signals die. And within seconds, millions of people are left staring into a world that no longer works. It didn't begin in a city. It didn't begin with chaos. It began quietly. In Ohio, high-voltage power lines stretched across the landscape, carrying electricity over long distances, but beneath them, trees had grown too close, branches slowly reaching upward, until one day they made contact. A power line brushed against a tree. A small event, something that should have been manageable. But in that moment, the system failed to respond correctly. Power grids are connected, tightly. What happens in one region doesn't stay there. It spreads. And that's exactly what happened. One failure led to another, then another. Lines shut down automatically to protect themselves. But each shutdown made the next one more likely. Within minutes, the system began collapsing across multiple states, a chain reaction moving faster than human response. Then it reached New York City, one of the most powerful, active cities in the world. At 4:10 p.m., everything stopped. Subways froze underground, elevators locked between floors, traffic lights went black. Inside offices, screens went dead. People looked up, confused, no explanation. No warning, just silence. Across the city, people were suddenly trapped. In elevators, in subway tunnels, in buildings with no power. Emergency lights flickered on. Dim, unreliable. Passengers sat in subway cars deep beneath the streets, waiting, not knowing what had happened, not knowing when or if they would move again. As daylight faded, the situation became darker. Literally. Streetlights didn't turn on. Buildings remained black. Entire neighborhoods disappeared into shadow. And something strange happened. The noise of the city faded. No engines, no electrical hum, no constant background sound, just distant voices, footsteps, wind. A version of the city that no one was used to. This wasn't just New York. The blackout spread across multiple U.S. states, parts of Canada, major cities, small towns. More than 50 million people were affected, all at once. Airports shut down. Hospitals switched to backup generators. Communication systems struggled. For many, phones didn't work. Information didn't exist. People didn't know if this was temporary or something much worse. Without information, people began imagining. Was it an attack? A system failure? Something bigger? This was only 2 years after 2001. Fear spread quickly. Because when a system this large fails, it feels intentional, even when it's not. Without information, people began imagining. Was it an attack? A system failure? Something bigger? This was only 2 years after 2001. Fear spread quickly, because when a system this large fails, it feels intentional, even when it's not. But despite everything, the city didn't collapse. People adapted. Strangers directed traffic at intersections. Businesses gave away food before it spoiled. Neighbors helped each other navigate the darkness. Some walked for hours just to get home, across bridges, through streets, in silence. Slowly, power began to return, one area at a time. Lights flickered back, machines restarted. The sound of the city returned. But something had changed. People had seen what happens. When everything stops, slowly, power began to return, one area at a time. Lights flickered back, machines restarted, the sound of the city returned, but something had changed. People had seen what happens. When everything stops, we live surrounded by systems we don't see. Electricity, networks, connections. They feel permanent, stable, untouchable, until one day they stop. And when they do, the world doesn't end, but it changes, quickly. And for a moment, everything we depend on disappears.